Hey, welcome back, friends. Today we're talking about the differences, what I miss and what I don't miss, STX versus Lariat. If you haven't been following the channel, last year I traded in my 2019 Lariat with a Powerstroke diesel. I traded in for an STX gas truck with a 7.3. We've already compared the 7.3 to the old diesel. You can check that out a few videos ago. Today we're going to talk about what I miss and what I don't miss from the Lariat truck. Truck prices these days have gone insane, and hey, you may be able to save you a few bucks if you can live with the STX package. I've been fairly happy with it. Stay tuned. Okay, friends, a few ground rules here. Yes, most of this is subjective, obviously. And then, of course, you can also build these trucks with about whatever you want on them now. You can go to Ford's site, you can build a truck, and you can get all kinds of goodies now. I mean, the things they can put on these trucks now is impressive. And but this is going to be a generalization. Most Lariats, most STX trucks, I think you guys kind of understand what I'm saying there. Stuff you can find on the lot, if you can find anything on the lot these days. But most of them will be configured the way I've experienced with my old Lariat and this STX truck. So yeah, and then again, like I said, subjective, so you can take or leave what I'm saying here. Just trying to save you guys some money if you can live with this package here. All right, let's start by taking a look at the exterior of the STX, and that's really basically the STX is a work truck that's been dolled up to not look like a work truck. So you see the chrome up front, you see the XLT wheels, you see the chrome running boards, you know, got a little chrome spots here and there. And then this is the agate black paint, which is the paint that's a little sparkly. Needs a bath, but maybe you can see that. So yeah, I love this color. It's hard to keep clean, but I love it when it is clean. And you guys can see, you get the back bumper. Still got to get that fixed. Don't text and drive, boys and girls. But I like the look of it. Does it look as good as a Lariat? No. And does it have the, you know, does it have the little Lariat sign here? No. It's a tattletale to everyone that, hey, you saved a few bucks on your truck. But I like it. I can live with it. We'll talk about the things I miss about the exterior of the Lariat. But for the most part, it's a truck. And I know trucks have become status symbols, as crazy as that sounds, but my goodness, for what they cost, I kind of understand it. But for me, it's a truck. Now, you'll notice the handles are a little bit different. I actually like these handles, especially this part right here, because when I would open up my Lariat, this is where I shut the door, and it would get fingerprints just all day right there. So I actually like that aspect of it. But you can see here, it's just a dolled up work truck is really all it is. Let's get into the specifics. Let's get into specifics. I'm gonna talk about the things I specifically like about the STX package, and then we'll talk about the things I miss from the Lariat package. All right, let's start here at the door sticker. And believe it or not, all the goodies that are in the Lariat is going to affect its payload. So I like that the STX has a little bit higher payload. Obviously my last one was diesel, so it was a much lower payload. But also, even if you get a comparably equipped Lariat versus STX, you're going to have a little bit more payload with the STX package. Second, the thing I don't miss and actually like about this truck is no sunroof. I thought the sunroof was cute when I first got it in the Lariat, the big old full-on, full roof, sunroof, moonroof, whatever they call it. But I was always worried about it leaking. And then there's a few times where it just wouldn't shut. I had to turn the truck off, turn the truck back on, reset whatever computers. You know, it's another thing. I think there's like 90 computers on some of these trucks. But yeah, no sunroof here. I don't have that to worry about, and I actually like that about this truck. All right, one thing I really love about this truck is the fact it has Apple CarPlay. And this is an STX with Apple CarPlay, so I don't need nav. I've got it on my phone. All of those different apps, anything my phone can do pretty much, I can do on this with the Apple CarPlay. You see a nice big touch screen here. Not nearly as big as the screens that are coming out next year for the 2022s, but it's everything I need, and it keeps this truck modern Even though it doesn't have a lot of the creature comforts, this is probably the most important, I guess, creature comfort I find for this package in this truck. It is an upgrade, and you'll have to buy it, but yeah, it's certainly awesome to have in an STX. Since we're talking about upgrades, that this technology, I guess you'd call it, I love the fact that I can still remotely start this truck, even though it's an STX. Now I have to do it from my phone. I can't do it from my key fob, but I can remotely start the truck. It takes a few seconds. I can lock, unlock. I did not turn a key. There's no key in the ignition. You heard the truck start. And I can lock, unlock. It also tells me where my truck is at. So I really like that feature, even though it's an STX. Okay, one more feature we'll talk about is no parking sensors. I actually like that this truck doesn't have parking sensors. It doesn't have them in the back, and it also does not have them in the front. And the reason I like that is because it makes me do that work. I think people start to depend on some of this stuff a little bit too much, and yeah, it's gonna get you. As a matter of fact, Brooke just had a little fender bender the other day. She's got front sensors. She had a little fender bender, and the sensors didn't even go off, so it didn't even save her butt on that one. So yeah, I'm glad that this one doesn't have sensors. It's just something else that can't break and won't be expensive to fix because it's not there. I know I've already brought it up, but I want to make sure it's on the list of likes, and that is the black agate colored paint. So the agate black paint, it's the sparkly black paint. It's not the plain old Jane white work truck color. Okay, let's talk about the number one thing I miss from my Lariat, and that is the smart key. So you know, you got the option where you can just pop your hand in there and it unlocks the door for you, and then also when you come in, you're going to have a push button start right there, and I miss that terribly. I mean, that's easily the number one thing I miss, because I've always got something in my hands, and even though this comes with a remote, you still have to unlock it. All right, you still have to hit unlock, and then obviously when you get in, you got to use the key to start the truck up. So easily my most missed feature from the Lariat. Another thing I really miss, I guess I'm a pawpaw these days, it's locked, let me unlock it right quick, is the step on the tailgate. And I used to think this was the coolest thing when they came out with them back several years ago. And I didn't realize how much I actually used it. So obviously you had a little button here, it pops out, makes a step, and then you've got a rail that comes up. And yeah, I really miss that. Not enough to buy a Lariat, but I do miss that. Another item I miss is the wheel and tire choices for the STX. Now obviously you can change this fairly easily, but I like the options of the 20s on the Lariat. These are 18s, I believe. You know, it's a truck. You know, I can't complain too much, but I do think that the Lariat style wheels look much, much better. All right, a few things that I don't miss, and I don't necessarily like either. The interior, the cloth. I thought I'd really miss the leather. I don't really miss it. Now, I don't necessarily love the cloth, but I don't really miss the leather. I was surprised. Same thing with heated and cooled seats. Now, Brooke would probably disagree with me about the heated seats. I know she loves heated seats. I do miss this big console. This is like a cavernous console in the Lariat. This is a flip-up third seat here. But you gain this little area down here. You can see some little food drive bags down there. But yeah, so I like this. I don't like this, so it's kind of a wash there. The other thing I don't mind, or I don't miss, I'm kind of neutral on, is the automatic climate control. So this is just old school climate control. You got your fan speed, your temp over here, your zone right here. It's not that big a deal, guys, to just bump this up a little bit and bump it back. Yeah, it's nice to have the auto climate control, but I don't really miss it. This one's not a big deal. I'm kind of neutral on it. All right, guys, there you go. So I sat down for the past couple of weeks and I jotted down what I missed and what I didn't miss, and that's about it. That's all I could really think of. Yeah, STX package is, I think, is great. Like, this would have been a killer truck 15 years ago. This has a lot of options. It's got auto headlights. It's got the Apple CarPlay is a huge deal. power locks, power windows, of course. Just about everything has that now. But yeah, I mean, I think we've gotten so spoiled with all of the goodies that they put on these trucks now that we forget that, hey, now a bare bones, quote, bare bones truck is still a really nice truck. And it is just that. It's a truck. It's not a Bentley. Like some of these trucks have gone crazy, and they're nice, don't get me wrong. But I just can't pay the prices they're asking for these things now. Now, if they come down, would I go order a Lariat? Maybe, but I don't see them coming down anytime soon. I mean, people are paying what they're asking. I saw a Lariat the other day online for $97,000. That's just crazy, guys. I can't do that. That's insane. So anyway, I hope this helps you out. Maybe this can save you some money. Maybe you can go with an STX package. I'm glad I did. Anyway, I hope this was, like I said, I hope this was useful. And as always, please consider subscribing. See ya.